This year, you're going to make the best content in the history of your brand. You're not going to fit nuanced, complicated ideas in a 1-minute video. You're going to still stick to your business goals and make sure that the content supports that. And you're going to do that without oversharing, without chasing algorithms and all the other annoyances that we've kind of built up over time of being present on social. But how is this going to work? Through long format content. I know long format content feels oversaturated, but it's actually not. There are so many more consumers than there ever will be creators. Still, most podcasts don't last more than 6 episodes. And at the end of the day, even if you have a small audience on YouTube or in your private membership, deepening that relationship with your audience and with your ideal customers or clients literally future-proofs your business. It's really important to tap into long format content now more than ever because there is so much uncertainty in the market. We don't know what's going to happen. Policies could change that completely shift our industries forever. I mean, when I moved to LA a few years ago, I came into the strikes, 3 different strikes. The industry that I just left completely imploded behind me, and I was left on a life raft to build my business with. So I had to learn how to pivot, and I had to learn to deepen the relationships with my audience. That's why I'm such a believer in long format content. So I'm going to tell you the 3 things that you need to have no matter what you're doing, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether you're talking to someone else or giving videos by yourself, that's going to make your content resonant, tied to your business goals, and actually move the needle in your business. One is that you need to have a compelling backstory. This backstory doesn't have to be told at length in every single video, but the backstory needs to exist so that you can keep pointing the content back to it. People need to understand, how did you get here? Why is this so important to you? And why should I be invested in your movement? So the backstory matters. Whether you tell the beginning, middle, or the end of it, at some point over time, you're rewarding the people who've been following from the beginning by giving them this insight and these nuggets into what it really took for you to get here. It builds trust and credibility. The second thing you need is a compelling conversation, whether that's being completely natural in your dialogue in a solo video or bringing in industry peers, friends, employees, or even your customers for interviews and actually having conversations that are top of mind for people. Conversations is how you tie it back to your business goals. It's so much better to have a dialogue about the value that you give, to explain your process, to talk about the problem you're solving, or just to straight up be entertaining and fun and connect with people. That makes people buy. If you're talking at people, you'll lose them. Right now, corporations and Fortune 500 companies are struggling with this. Recently, PayPal just hired out for a multi-6-figure role to help the CEO with their personal brand. You could say that PayPal's untouchable, but I think what we learned this year from the Target lawsuit, the billions in revenue lost, even just a few years ago when Sears finally closed for good, we know that these untouchable brands are in fact touchable. And if you're not careful and innovating over time, that can cost you long-term growth, and something could change that completely denigrates the growth that you thought you'd solidified over the decades, right? So conversational pieces really helps people to connect with you. It's a great format to tell stories. It's also how you tie it back to the business goals. The last thing is your authentic essence. What I mean by this is not just your authentic voice, not just how you dress, it's everything. It's the setting that you're in, the background that you're in. Like, this background is very much so a visual representation of me. I've got eucalyptus in the back. I've got art everywhere. My favorite books everywhere. Like, it just gives you a synopsis of like what I value without me having to like list it off in this video. It could even be you outside climbing. We did a video interview with Rooted Fair's founder, Heidi, and she took us climbing, and we did the interview there literally sitting on top of a rock that we were bouldering on. Like, there are a lot of places to play to show your authentic essence so that you come out as you. This is especially important in the age of AI, because now what's real matters more than anything else, even if it's not super high fidelity. What's real is so important that any CEO right now that's leading this industry could start doing videos on their morning walks, and I promise you it would crush, because of who they are and the fact that they're showing a piece of themselves that feels intimate and that feels familiar outside of this corporate professional setting. We're redefining what we think professional is. We're redefining what expertise looks like and the spaces that expertise can actually show up in. So once you have a compelling backstory, you're in your authentic essence, and you have natural conversation, that is going to make a great long format video or audio or whatever the piece of content is. You can share that across your RSS feed, on your YouTube channel, or even other channels like Discord, streaming, in your private memberships. If you got a group coaching program, it would do well there. If you've got a school account or, Kajabi or those kinds of things, they do great in those settings, right? So get creative. Think about what are the ways that people can access you in a way that almost feels like you're in an intimate space, you're in a room, and you can give them that feeling without oversharing. And then you don't have to rush your thoughts, rush your ideas, and try and fit into the ebbs and flows of social media algorithms. And of course, you can take snippets and clips of those conversations and share them across these other platforms. So what's really great about long format is it's extremely scalable. So you can take those moments and share them on social media, and it doubles up as content, right? So your values are communicated in all these ways that feel natural and organic. You don't have to perform, and energetically, they're easier to make. It's easier to just go on and on about the things that you love to do, the things that you do all day long, and sometimes even the things that you take for granted. It's very easy. It's not going to feel performative. It's not going to feel like you have to be on. It's just going to feel like you. And right now, that's what your audience wants to see. So if this is the kind of content that you see for your brand in 2026, now's the time to get on my calendar so we can start mapping out what that looks like.